Salutations, class, and welcome back. We'll be doing Guilty Gear this time on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to what we have. I'm thinking about bringing Anji back out. I've been playing a lot of Gold Lewis lately, but I'm missing our boy. So I'm going to try to see how long we can stay with Anji tonight. See how far we can get. If my controller would start working, excuse you. Well, it's not a Turing stream without some hardware failure. The software is my side. Ah, so soon, already. I suppose we'll have to restart the application then. Grant me one moment of your time. I should be getting a new gamepad soon. It might alleviate a lot of our controller binding issues. And we will get ourselves logged in once more. Don't talk about it too much. But I have been using the application I'm not going to name, the one that's been passed around. The one that gives you a proxy server, so our connection times from here on out should be doing a lot better for themselves. Ah, that is a lot faster. Normally it would be an entire 5 minutes just for us to log in. Ah, Potemkin. He's who we were trying last. I haven't picked up any more Potemkin tricks since our last stream, so it might not be any different for us in that regard. Let's hope it's like riding a bike. Oh, did I select the wrong color? I think I selected the wrong color. We'll alleviate that issue momentarily. After the first set or two. Ah, we already have another Anji. Well, the mirror match is one of my favorites here, so I'm very excited. Mrs. Delicious. Curious name for an Anji player. The honorary mating ritual of Anjis. Everyone just dance around start. That's a really bad idea, though. Especially considering it has 10 frames of startup, you'll lose to a lot of options doing that. Oh, wow. Butterfly completely missed us, too. I thought he was going to burst, but I didn't even notice that that was my burst meter. I've seen it there. Ah, good grab. I tried to input the counter super. We just need to spend maybe a good 6 hours in training practicing that over and over again. It's like playing an instrument. Doing the usual business. Ah, there's the burst. Good one. He read the pause. Suppose we haven't conditioned him enough yet. There's not really any options that can hit someone both coming off of the ground and far enough at that distance. That was the complete wrong input. It has been a while. Suppose it's not too analogous to riding a bike. Butterfly? If you do a Fujin right after the first butterfly, or whenever you throw the butterfly, it hits at just the exact frames it needs to be to catch someone out of a jump. Ah, missed. I'm thinking about turning on the Japanese voices again, although I know Anji's is wonderful. It's kind of where we started if we're going for a bit of a nostalgic stream here so soon. And we're just too far out of range for that. Good burst bait. And just... Alright, there we go.
And so the curtain falls.
We'll give him another run back. Or possibly not. There we go. And we're off to a wonderful start. No burst here. Ah, so 2H doesn't always combo after that. If they're a bit too high in the air. Excellent grab. Every Anji plays the same, don't they? And have a throw into a Fujin setup. Oh, got the burst. Even if we lose this one, that's a bit of an advantage on our side. Ah, not quite, mister. Or misses, I suppose. Usually I just try to not assume anything of my opponent. Whenever you've heard me talk, I'm usually referring to the character's gender in that case. Wow, it has been a while for us, hasn't it? Well, this is an interesting clash. Ah, almost. Alright, put on the game face. And we already have an overhead. I'll hold mine a little longer. I really need to start using the dash macro more. I'm noticing I'm missing a lot of my dash inputs that I'm trying to do to chase after them. Get ourselves the wall bounce, or wall break. Wonderful set of mix-ups. I think there might be a window there that we can actually grab them, if it's done in between the hits of 6H. That is one of the most interesting counters I've ever had out of that. Ah, just completely missing. I suppose that's a mix-up. Completely with an attack when they're expecting one to hit. Nope. I'm afraid you didn't. You know, something interesting. The Rin, which is the fin out of Fujin, that's actually not a projectile. It's a hitbox on the ground. And I've completely missed my input. Nope. Saw that burst. Ah, so close. Well, I wanted an execution-heavy character. And having to hold a lot of Anji's buttons definitely makes for an interesting playstyle. Oh, a bit too late. I suppose if we spin through a jab, that's not going to do too much to us. For us. Let's get ourselves back to the character select and pick the right color. That's obviously why I was losing a few of those matches. We're not wearing the official Xander branded. Xander brand. There's almost a rhyme there. I'm sure there's a pun to be made. The Xand brand have our white or light gray robes. Do those count as robes? It's a costume of some sort, I suppose, given that he's a geisha. We are ready to resume. So, a little bit of execution that we're needing to work on. We have plenty of time for that tonight. I need to work on these glasses a bit. You see, the little bit of shine tends to obscure my eyes when I look in a certain direction. See what I can do about fixing that. Yeah, like that. That's where I'm needing to get a dash input in. Well, we still know that. So what we do need to practice now... Still got it. So, what are the setups we need to practice up against? We haven't been having nearly as much problem with Kai. I've learned to try to read when he does Fodra Arc, and intercept him when he does that. Let's pause that and refresh it. It's not finding us a match. I suppose now... Let's see, who's been giving us the most issues? Or if there's any specific setups we should be avoiding here. One thing I do want to try... Ah, well, I suppose we'll have the chance, since that match failed. I'm going to take a look at Ino here. See exactly what I can use to stroke the big tree. I don't think we want to stoke any big trees around here. Ah, another Ramlethal. That is a matchup we need to work on. We need to find what holes there are in the corner pressure. I know you can super jump right after a sword hits. There's enough time to pretty much guarantee that for you. Ramlethals only know jump slash. That's all they do. If only that could actually get them after a tech like that. That would be fun. 6p and it still missed. Jump. And miss. I suppose at that distance we should have just done Ko. Doing that again. Ah, how soon. A little impatient. I should have been a lot more aggressive towards her. Ah, she's not jumping at round start just like we expected. And that is the properly spaced 6p. Get used to doing a lot of ko, we're gonna need it in this matchup. So we see that she's jumping a lot. We're going to try to do any of our anti-jump setups. If this doesn't kill her, which it will, a wall break will do the necessary amount of damage. Get ourselves a little twirl. And another ko, still with such a huge hitbox. We'll delay our what is it? Nagiha. I'm already forgetting the names. How dreadful. Jump again. Get a throw, and a butterfly. I didn't know that that was actually that safe. Is that the first time we've ended up in that situation? Ah, hello, Marky. Nice to see you. I'm sorry I'm not playing Noida tonight, but I am anticipating that. 1 or 2 nights this week. If you're fond of roguelikes in general, I'm thinking I'm also going to start Dead Cells up soon. This so far is probably my brand, though, just playing Guilty Gear. Burst. Nice to see you around here, though, Marky. Ah, should have spun. And this should be just enough for us. Get our wall break. If it were able to continue any longer. That's why you don't want to hold ko at the beginning. So many panic jumps. Ah, just a bit too late. She's trying to jump every single time. And that's how we're gonna keep getting those hits on her. Although, if it's a counter hit, that's actually something I haven't checked yet. Oh, I suppose that's it. If someone jumps as a reversal, does that count for a counter hit? I don't think so. Seems a bit too punishing to be able to do that much damage to someone just for jumping. Let's see, after recovery... Oh, we have this again. Whatever this nonsense is. Yeah. Get a throw. Ah, no, it counts as a regular hit. Yeah, if we do it meaty. So it looks like every single one of those times that we're actually getting a counter hit out of ko, or Nagiha, it's actually because they are trying to hit back. Let's see, try that with having you jump after you get hit. And see how that setup changes. Alright, the timing there is tight. But it looks like we're actually getting counter hits all those times that we get it out of Nagiha. Not because they jump, but because they're trying to hit back. I still miss old Fujin. I could even do without the invincible startup, but... Funny little meme there. We'll get the timing down. I'm the grappler here. Nope. I keep trying to spin through those. I suppose we shouldn't be doing code, just do a regular dance. Or better yet, just block it. Given how much his hurtbox retreats and how much of a disjoint he has on his fists. Excellent grab. Alright. No more anti-airs like that. Alright, I'm falling for every old Potemkin trick in the book. So... we'll reevaluate. With so many Mega Fists, let's not try to counter him from the ground. Instead, we'll follow him up into the air. Reversal grab. What kind of a clown are you? More than once. There we go, that was the proper timing we needed. And goodbye. Or not. Hit him on the wrong side. But we'll be able to dance through that just fine. That's a start. This is a frame trap. You fool, you get yourself counter hit. Uh, 6p will be a bit tight on the timing. That won't necessarily be our best way to get rid of Mega Fist. Can't let this end so soon. I knew he was going to break and then do the grab. Be a bit more proactive, we should start jumping more. This is a frame trap. And start. And end. And that is the 6p we needed. Cute grab. Alright, we figured that out. Stopped getting counter hit by all those Mega Fists here and there.
My dance is unparalleled.
So it looks like we need to hit him at the apex of his jump for the Mega Fist. Ah, we could have hit him with the K on the way down. Good grab. That is an overhead. And more reversal grabs. We just keep falling for it, don't we? This guy's ballsy, and we keep whiffing our attacks, landing right into his grabs. Nice FD, it means he won't be able to RC against us. And block this. Or not. Reversal grabs because we keep missing our meaties again and again. We deserve better. I hit the burst button. Maybe a bit too late. You know, if we're gonna keep getting hit by that, I think that's something we deserve. Alright, focus on our meaties a lot better. Potemkin Buster is not an actual invincible reversal, so we shouldn't have been falling for that. Alright, another Kai. This should hopefully go a lot better for us. So what we need to look out for is a very complacent loop of using Forger Arc over and over again. I suppose if your neutral's that good, you can spend a lot of time just waiting around. That's probably burst safe, honestly. It's not really gonna do too much for us. He still has such high damage on his throw. He kind of needs it. Nope. We were prepared that time. Get a 6P out there, expecting an aerial approach. Have a throw and a butterfly. You still jumped, so I guess we mistimed our attacks. We could have blocked that, I suppose, with that timing. Interesting little throw attempt there. So this doesn't look too horrible for us so far. Sometimes it seems we do need a dash there at the end of that. But you saw we were still able to land that 5k afterwards. Should have danced just a little bit longer. And that should be good enough. Or not. Should have just cancelled into a super, I suppose. Get it when the cheeky bait into the Fujin. Do another twirl. We do a little twirling. And all of that should be burst safe, so he's going to hold on to it. That's plus. And that is attempting to bait you into jumping. Again. It's a very good thing that we had that practiced well before. We're able to do it pretty easily on a whim nowadays. Good jump, but not good enough to do our pressure. That is not a very good air to ground. I suppose that's just reserved for heavy slash. That was more for the burst bait than the actual corner carry. But that corner carry got us the mileage we needed. Well, I suppose rollback will get him. Didn't look like I actually landed that attack at first. I wonder what you're supposed to do to follow up that. That is a frame trap. It seems he usually follows for the slightly delayed Nagiha. He's always trying to get his attack back. But it's not your turn yet. We're bursting at that point in the match just to keep up our momentum. We're close enough to victory that we can afford to make a few unoptimized decisions.
And so the curtain falls.
You know, I wonder if we can just start fighting floor 10 opponents again. That's what I'd hope for. We've been at 9 for a while, but I think the pressure of trying to keep up with floor 10 players will do a lot better for us. We'll stand by in training mode while we're up here, and of course it's going to give us this issue again. There we go. We are back in business. Get the timing on that frame trap down. That's going to be one of our most important. Aww. I would have really wanted to fight a VIP Anji. That match looked very exciting. Would have maybe picked up a few new tricks there. Although at this point in the game, it's mostly about trying to get the right reads. I think we have knowledge of Anji's weaknesses, his combos, and all of his systems so far. We just need to be able to exploit them fully, and be able to use them correctly against certain kinds of opponents. Now it comes to the part of not learning the character so much, but learning the game. Knowing which habits to exploit, and how to not let yourself have exploitable habits too. Okay, I was thinking Anji looked kind of frighteningly tall there for a moment, but remember, he's on those... I forget what they're called. You see his shoes. Ah, the kind of balance you need for that. Alright, let's not fall behind. I think from here on out, we should try staying in floor 10, no matter how good or bad of a day we are having. We'll have to figure it out. Nice little poke there, but that is a counter hit bait. There's our burst. And our spin is still too slow. Get our turn back, and we might be able to carry this one to victory. Have a little throw. I agree, Kayla. That's probably the most important part. Make yourself not predictable. And that was a very good prediction on our part. Not one we can follow up on. That's plus. That's a bit of a bad move to use in neutral. It's a designated anti-air. So we did the Fujin there because we are expecting her to jump. Aw, she seems a little distraught about that match. That blue RC really won us the match there. Meter is probably more important than Guilty Gear than any other game on the market. I don't think we have a universal option to deal with both the spiral arrow and overhead attacks there. So we might just have to guess between them. This is a frame trap. And that would have been able to get a lot of damage out there. "5K only works into Fujin sometimes." I don't think we can throw people out of bursts in this game. So if we get that, I suppose we just need to follow them into the air. If you wait too long, then you might not be able to actually follow up on that Roman cancel. You'll notice that Giovanna kept delaying her bursts to the right time. That would have probably prevented us from getting a follow-up in neutral if you were to delay your burst just a little bit. As it stands, we don't necessarily have a very good way to counter that. In prior games, if you were predicting a burst, you'd actually want to try to burst as soon as possible. Bursts could be thrown in prior Guilty Gear games, but I don't think they can here. Unless that's a piece of knowledge we just haven't had yet. Let's see, counterattack settings. After recovery, Psych Burst. So once she gets back up, she's gonna burst. Get her knocked down. I suppose we'll have to jump at a very different time. Jump before, and catch her on the way down. I don't think we can do it. So, a lot of prior Guilty Gear games had just about every move be jump cancelable for this purpose. If you were continuing a combo and expected a burst, you'd jump cancel and then do a throw out of it. That would catch your opponent's burst. But in this game, you just have to make sure you block at the right time. If they stay in midair for too long, though, you might not be able to get a confirm. So it looks like there's, for a number of characters, or versus a number of characters, a pretty safe setup for dodging attacks off of a Roman cancel follow-up. If you wait for just the right time frame, their attack wouldn't be able to continue a combo on you. But if they did hit you, you'd be able to burst out of it. You'll notice usually when I see someone Roman cancel, I wait until they land the next hit immediately afterwards, hoping it's not a super. Have a throw and a butterfly. This is plus. And that should be game. We knew the kick was going to call the wall stick there, so that's why I actually charged up a dust. This is a frame trap. Good use of meter for the FD. Get our OTG. So it seems a lot of them will autopilot a stroke after a 6H lands. I think that combos under most circumstances and otherwise works as a very good block string. But there looks to be a window in there that we might be able to sweep them. Bursting so soon. She really doesn't want to deal with it. Have a throw, and a butterfly. And another throw. And there we go. So quick, so easy. The heavy stroke the big tree is actually plus, so we're not allowed to attack after that. Ah, well, I was expecting another burst. I suppose she's just going to be a lot more cautious with it. Very good reads on her part. Get that in there. And the overhead, because she's not blocking it. Ever. So far, a pretty reasonable matchup for us. Stop being so hasty. Just gently wait for them. At least that combo's pretty burst safe. Can that cause a floor bounce or something? The fact that a counter hit 5 or a jump H, all that gets us is a floor tech. Excellent. I hadn't even been doing the spin prior, so that was just a good read on her part. An upward Roman cancel. That's different. Guess what? I have a counter ready. And I'm going to miss the input a lot. I love Anji's little quote there. That loss was just acting. Well, if you can't get the reads. I was hoping for a blue RC, not a yellow one. Missed my grab. And here we go. We are about to lose this one, but we still have 50 meter to make use of. And that's game. Got the counter in at just the right time. That's an interesting thought. Getting the fast RC off of a short 5D here, you'll know that the animation for just about every character, it seems, lifts them slightly off the ground when you hit them with the fast 5D. Doing a Roman cancel off of that. But if it's a fast Roman cancel, they're technically in the air for that short amount of time, and they don't get launched up by the normal Roman cancel effect. That will normally lift them up into the air, so that will leave them airborne. But if you do a fast RC, it doesn't lift them up. We know that close slash does not combo into 2H on the ground, but in the air it does. So a 5D here, with a fast Roman cancel into close slash 2H, once we get the timing down. A little bit slower than that, probably. But a fast 5D will lift them off the ground, and then a fast RC into close slash 2H will give us a combo there, when normally close slash doesn't combo like that. Another Amelia who spends all her time in the air. Have a throw. Gonna jump in the air again, aren't you? And goodbye. Giovanna's theme. Interesting. She has the run speed to just do that. And even though I've tried to intercept her with a melee attack. Alright, so maybe delay that a little bit. I suppose we'll just eat the loss here. So a really clean sweep either way. Well, 6P doesn't work on that. Oh wow, we're about to eat that one too. And we're completely out of burst. Those light footsteps kind of frustrate me. You see it coming, and I've been trying to jab or something in response, but I suppose we need to start just neutral jumping. That's our course of action. Got us right as we were coming back down. Alright, so she's better than most of the other Milios we've been fighting. Get that set up into the OTGH. Butterfly. Ah, that's a throw. Not something I can counter. Double air dash into jump H, with the most ambiguous of cross-ups. Well, I think this is a pretty solid loss for us. We're gonna have to keep blocking that. It looks fake. That's supposed to be fake if it's not off of a sweep. I haven't been paying attention. They've probably all been coming off of sweeps. So we're just going to have to block that. Block the jump punch after the top. Milia's our new nemesis, it seems. That's not burst safe, got it. Have a throw. Have another one. Alright, so we just need to instill the fear in her a little bit. Miss your jump H. No more Ko's in neutral. I was expecting a hair car. And that'll give us the 5-8 DH. And goodbye. An excellent block on that burst.
And so the curtain falls.
Alright, where do we go from here? I think we just need to pay a lot more attention to Melia there. She's doing a lot of setups that we'll just have to block. $5D. Yeah, she has absolutely no health. That's doing a good 60% to her. If I remember correctly, Melia has the second least effective health in the game behind Chip. Speaking of Chip, we found one right here. How do you pronounce that? Keith's. Keith's. Very curious name. Alright, he already has the reversal mapped. He is so ready to do that. And that's round. With Nagoryuki's theme. Interesting. The 6K. I was expecting a Beta Blade. I suppose he's not going to be doing that now. And have an overhead. Get that butterfly out. And he has so little health that should be good enough to finish him off. There we go. Well, so far not horrible. He's not one of those chips that just jumps around and then does jump to K all the time. Chip, I think, is actually one of the best designed characters in this game. I've played so many of them online, they all fight slightly different. Ah, good hit. Oh, he's got meter to spare. Get back into the corner where you belong. Yes. Ah, just barely missed. Weird grab, but I suppose it won him the match anyway. Got him out of a 6K. I wish I had a 6K like that. I'm very excited for when Slayer shows up. Hopefully he does keep his old 6K. One of my favorite tools because it at least gave you a safe option to prevent people from trying to do wake-up DPs. Slayer's old 6K had high startup, but once it landed, or the recovery frames on it were incredibly short that if you missed your opponent's wake up, say if they used a super or a DP'd, it recovered quickly enough to allow you to block it. So it was a very safe Okizeme tool. They could still definitely do things such as... Sorry, I'm trying to think while fighting. Nice burst. They could backdash to avoid it. That's it. Which at least resets it to neutral. I'm probably switching to maining Slayer whenever he shows up. Get him with the anti-air into another butterfly. We're about to start riding up the wall, aren't we? Just a little bit too late on the RC, otherwise we would have definitely been able to finish him off. Yes. Oh, well, apparently that's still going to get me hit. Noted. Well, we learned something there at least. That 6K of his is going to be throw save. Have a throw and a butterfly. I wonder if we have an opportunity to 6P a little bit earlier to catch that. And we're dead. But you see how exceptional that combo was. He lands the attack from the air, then the close slash 5H, and still gets to do his Rekka series after that. He has some of the biggest combo variety in the game. Probably the biggest. Sol honestly just mostly tries to loop back into his HDP. Ironclad, I think this is a Potemkin we've fought quite a bit recently. Past couple of days. Love his little icon up there with the helmet. I guess we're not having that fight. The name Ironclad does sound familiar. Can't remember where I've heard it. Jump 2K, jump 2K, jump 2K. I've considered playing Chip, but I know quite a few Chip players myself, and I usually try to avoid playing the same characters as a lot of my friends. So far, no one has decided to pick up Anji, because they're smart. Alright. Potemkin it is. Jump to avoid the round start pot buster. I should have seen that one coming. Up backing isn't really going to hurt us too much against Potemkin. Not unless he has meter. He's going to save that burst because he has so much of a health lead. Sometimes you just gotta gamble everything on the line. You'll notice I usually try to jump into those barriers. That's just to try to avoid doing any sort of high-low mix-ups. But there, I still managed to touch the ground. Good read. I was expecting another Gruder impact, honestly. We still have a chance. Carry him to the wall, get our wall break, because we're going to need meter if we plan on surviving this next fight at all. Spin through that, And we're not close enough to follow up on it. Ooh, got the burst. And that is our round. Put everything on the line. You're going to need that wall break for the meter in those cases. Get that, and then go for the overhead. I wonder if that's our most damaging loop out of that. Not so quick. Well, they don't usually expect the second hit out of that. For what I've heard speculation from other Anji players is that the counter, Fugetsu, however it's pronounced, the extended version of that depends on if it can get a certain specific hit. Like, it has a hitbox where it determines if it can continue the entire full combo off that. Go all in on the overhead because we have the meter to cancel it. Get our close slash into 2H. I wonder how you're supposed to punish that. I guess with a neutral jump. If we have the execution, we can just try to neutral jump and then hold back immediately. Jump in, or try to jump into that so we can block it. That's the Potemkin special. With Heavenly Potbuster and then just do Jump Dust. I know what you're fishing for. I wonder if the purple Roman cancel there actually gives us a higher damage combo than if we did the red RC. That might be a slightly easier execution version to do. If we just get a purple Roman cancel into the rest of our combo, that is. We deserve this. He's gonna keep fishing for that. And I guess he got one.
Targets decommissioned. Understood. Proceed with the next mission.
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I was even holding up. I might have released it at just the wrong time. That's a bit of knowledge we haven't unearthed in a while. So we know that we can't immediately grab them if we dance through Hammerfall. Blind spot, that's cute. That should be my... Oh wait, no, that was backwards Mega Fist. I didn't think that would KL us. Well, a very good round then.
Well done. Return to base.
I enjoy the Potemkin matchup whatsoever. No matter how much there is a mimetic hate for grapplers in the fighting game community, I think they got Potemkin right in this game. He's always fun to fight. 192 damage. Ah, the same Potemkin again. Well, I love these mirrors, these matches. This isn't a mirror. Even if I am a grappler. So let's see. We know he does Potemkin Buster a lot, and probably in some very predictable setups. Which is to say, he tries to get it as much as he can, all the time. Ah, good 6p. Here comes the Buster. Or not. Well, we got the burst out of him. I suppose that butt slam is minus enough. That's not the KO we need, but it's close enough. Well, an excellent read from him. I suppose we should start backdashing instead. Very well, I salute you. That was an excellent read. No, we need to do backdashing a lot more in this game. Ah, I tried seeing if I could get a close slash there. That's not going to land on him, though. I tried inputting my counter super. That's a really long animation for that recoil from Gorilla Buster. Suppose we should have just tried FDing him there. We'll take those notes. Well, this matchup's getting harder for us. Ah, we got it just right. Enough for 3 full Fujin loops. He so far hasn't blocked this too often. But he has lots of meter now. Well, we can't really block that now, can we? Ooh, got the burst too. We're a little bit patient here. Tried Potemkin bustering. I know that feel. If you see them do a jump punch when it seems just like a complete non sequitur, that's usually a failed Potemkin buster input. I hit burst on that 2H, but I think he'll still get me anyway. Good mash. Alright, more Nagiha. I wonder if we had enough to kill him off of that. Well, we have plenty of meter to at least go ahead with the FDing there. Ooh, got him. Just barely with the tip there. He was trying to walk away from us, and because of that, he wasn't blocking low. Oh, I was enjoying that. Upset that I'm no longer free wins for you, are you? Get that lift there. Alright. What's up next? A May. Can I just be at floor 9 only? Well, I'd be happy to send you there. I shouldn't be too rude. Though I guess May players deserve it. Alright, plenty of Totsugekis to be found here. We've had a wonderful variety of opponents tonight. I don't think we fought any one character twice so far. Oh, birthday train. Butterfly. Golden burst just so you don't have to deal with it. And get the fully charged dust, which will do a lot of damage, but not all the damage we need. Was that a grab attempt? Or was she trying to use an attack? So this May is obviously here just to make people as upset as possible. Between the birthday train and the mustard suit. And the very egregious use of dolphins. I suppose if you had the burst to risk it. It's such a mess. Trying to keep track of babysitting children like this. And she's about to get burst back right after we leave. I'll see you at the door. So much to block. And that's a frame trap. And that is a sweep. Build up the risk gauge a bit. So a lot of stray raw supers from her. Well, you belong in floor 9, thank you very much. Never mind, that was a pain. Can we change characters? I don't want to listen to Birthday Train here. Let's go back to trying to figure out what we can do about stuffing Stroke. Alright, that's a lot better. we'll set her to do the usual, say, go slash that, and then that. No, wait for the second hit. It wasn't recording. Okay, I think they'll usually autopilot into the heavy version, but we'll give it a try. I think that's a true block string. Alright, it is. Yep, I'm mashing buttons and it's not doing anything. So the second hit of 6H has a lot of blocks done behind it. But there might be enough time for us to stuff a heavy stroke the big tree out of that. Let's test that. Like that. Alright, so we can stuff a heavy version of it. In that case, given that we have a true block string there, I think we can go ahead and input a 2K at a certain timing every time. That will, until someone starts mixing it up on us, allow us to block the fast one, which is minus, but also stuff out the heavy one, which would be plus under normal circumstances. A celestial milia. I'm not looking forward to this. But keep a sunny disposition.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Interesting. The empty jump in into the low. I still have a chance. You've got that burst. Okay, you're not gonna use it. That is a frame trap. I guess the parry didn't come out due to the cross up there. I suppose there would have been a good time to grab, not jab. Alright, so she's jumping around like just about every other Milia. And falling to the exact same pitfalls. Jumping super high once she hits the edge. That'll give us enough damage and our momentum back. Just ever so slightly out of our range every single time. That's something we definitely could have grabbed her out of, instead of going for the sweep. Have a throw. Good little mix-ups. But I'm paying attention. Are you? Gold burst. Better than blue burst. Good weight. Eat this mix. You'll see she's doing a lot of attacks in the air, so we're just gonna keep spamming Ko until it works. Not really the worst one we fought.
Duel 1.
Get the overhead, catch the jump. So we at least know that's fake. Have a throw and a butterfly. Or just mix that execution completely. She's gonna jump. Or not. And they never remember the second attack. I don't know why they keep falling for it. Alright, back to business. Ah, I just reacted. Nice throw attempt. She's reacting to our overhead, so I don't think we'll have to make much use of dust here. Instead, let's keep her on her toes. Time for more sweeps. There we go. We got her. Use the close slash into the 2D. See if we can dance through some of that mess. Shouldn't use Fujin in neutral, it's incredibly punishable. So the thing about the H tandem top off of a throw is that it's incredibly fake. It's not an actual true Okizeme attack there. I wonder if we can dodge it with a 6B. That's why you see her doing the jump after the tandem top. At least whenever she gets it off of a throw. We might have a chance to 6B through it. Get that. And get our wall break. Because we'll need that meter back. All of it. I'm not going to deal with that much longer. I wonder if we had enough time to block that one. Missed our anti-air. Cheeky counter in neutral. We had the meter to spare, though. So, how do we deal with her constantly jumping over us? We're going to Ko. Good burst. I suppose we had to block that no matter what. Or, good burst bait.
You should pay more attention.
I really should. But it's hard to do that when Milia has about 5 different things she can do every time you get knocked down. Still definitely my worst matchup. Personally. Not talking about characters. Can't get the air throw there. Still not. It's working some of the time. There's the cheeky cross-up there. Get the overhead. That's plus. That'll at least get us a bit of distance. Although we'd rather be right up in her face right here. And goodbye. Do the little spin. That was me attempting the throw, not do a dust. I was expecting she'd still be on the ground. Falling for the frame trap once again. And still not getting out the ko in time. Have a throw. Alright, so she's doing the cross-up now. We'll have to start blocking in the other direction on wake-up. I think it's best if we just burst as soon as possible. Alright, so when the yellow Roman cancel comes out, that's just us having to block whatever. And immediately into the throw. There we go. That's a start. Ah, you see, we were watching for it. And we miss our meaties again. Looked like an idiot with that counter. But it works. Get that gold burst. And that gold burst actually wins that match for us because it gave us enough meter to do whatever mix-ups we needed. Well, so far we're pretty even. 9 and 9. I guess we'll just remain at floor 10 for a while then. As much as I'd love to get into Celestial, I don't think it's necessarily set up too well. Having to get a 5-win streak on floor 10. I've heard a lot of people say they'd like to see a floor between 10 and Celestial, a floor 11 of sorts. Or at least a reshaping of all the floors up until that point. I think you could squeeze maybe 6 and 7 together. Potemkin it is. There's that eagle again. And there he goes.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Duel 1.
Oh, green Potemkin. Greener than usual Potemkin. This is a frame trap. Good block. Oh, well, I suppose we're going to deserve that. He's doing pretty well with being cautious and not just immediately going into every single attempt he can get at a command throw. I think we're dead. That's going to get a wall break. Unfortunate. 5k. Good block. Have another throw. We're becoming a little complacent, aren't we? We're forgetting. So whenever we land the throw in the corner, we don't butterfly. We need to do our Fujin setup. And now we have our own wall break. And I'm surprised he didn't burst. That probably would have given him an opportunity to win there, but doesn't look like that's happening. Oh, he's gonna throw me instead. I think there actually is a window there where you can get thrown by your opponent before Anji has this chance to throw. Butterfly. We're not dead yet. That's not going to cause a wall break. Ah, backdash right into getting hit by a Mega Fist. Anji has such a bizarre set of aerial attacks. Looking over them, they mostly just hit in front of him. In the case of characters that like to spend a lot of time in the air, say, Mega Fisting Potemkins and Milias, he doesn't really have an aerial normal that hits above him. Well, good grab. Also, Potemkin's butt there is very, very disjointed, at least if it's anything like X-Hard. He's just gonna take it. Alright. If Potemkin starts trying to sit on us, there's not much we can do to contest it. Give me the meter I need. Yeah, I was trying to FD. I suppose that'll hit us regardless. I should really just practice actually defending against that nonsense. Or else that happens. Have a throw. And that is what we're supposed to be doing. Just mash our dust button. Try to make sure we get that wall break. And the wall stick. That's a reversal. And so is this. Well, of sorts. It does block from the very first frame, but it's not like other invincible reversals. Have a... good throw. Good catching on the backdash. And here we go. Or not. No close slash for us. That's going to hit us, and do a lot of damage in the process. Ah, well.
Proceeding with the mission as planned. Copy that. Awaiting next report.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ah, missing. At least we're not going to fall for a buster there. We're just going to go ahead. We've been trying to bait too many bursts so far, but I don't think that's going to work too well for us. Up, there's the grab. I was thinking about countering, but that wouldn't have worked there either. That is some damage. Get our OTG Fujin, and that gives us an exceptional amount of corner carry right there. We're dead. Or not. We had enough time to recover. Ah, that's gonna chip us to death regardless. Oh well.
Well done. Return to base.
So far an excellent set of matches against this Potemkin. That's all three, isn't it? I still think that's actually Anji's legitimately most difficult matchup. If both of them have the same, or well, assuming maximum character knowledge on both parts. After all, I did make that demonstration of backwards Mega Fist just being a good option in all cases. I should learn the weaknesses of all the other characters. After all, if I ever fight an Anji, I know that no matter what happens, if you block a Fujin, you'll be able to counterattack it. Usually with a reversal. A reversal beats every single one of his options there. Alright, same guy again. We'll see how we can mix up our strategies here.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, so I think in that case we want to try to fish for counter hits, not necessarily for the grab. Just barely didn't block that one. Burst. Or not. He's just going to take the entirety of that damage. Miss my throw. Oh, that's cute. Hit him twice. A little bit of BM there. And get our 2K, which is going to miss. And apparently so is our throw. We're gonna eat 50% for that. Good throw. Yep, that's enough for us to block it. He's just going to take that round, alright. No burst for him. Oh, that was the second round. Wonder why he didn't burst. He still would have had a chance then. Potemkin's neutral is a lot better against Anji in this matchup. Anji doesn't have much in the way of good projectiles. Butterfly is very highly telegraphed. Missing our dashes again. Good mash. And we start going with our frame traps. He's still not bursting. It's so bizarre. Good clap. And still no burst. Alright, we'll take that full round then. Have a throw, and a butterfly. Into another throw, into another butterfly. So far the matchup's turning out a lot better for us. And still no burst. Wonder why he's holding off on me. That feels like that's the only reason I'm winning at this point.
And so the curtain falls.
That matchup is supposed to be in Potemkin's favor. 5P. Ah yes, the +4 close slash into Popbuster. He's very excited to land it. Look at him. Look at our boy. He's grabbing every single chance he gets. And again. I'm not falling for that a third time. Come to the skies with me. Get the throw, get the butterfly. And the wall break. We'll need that. Butterfly out. If only we had a different attack to use there. A shame.
Mission accomplished. Well done. Return to base.
Alright, let's try this again. I think that's another trick we can add into our repertoire. Just as a hard call-out, we'll probably be able to do another Fujin loop anyway. But if we can land a close slash, fast dust, and then see if we can continue our combo there, but that looks like that might only work from a corner. Try and go for the fast Roman cancel there. Still missing. I think I'm inputting it just a little bit too quick. There we go. Alright, so that still resulted in a far slash, not a close slash. I wonder what other moves we can use. We might be able to do a 5k into a Fujin loop from there. But slash is our only option that will actually combo into a 2H, which is very important for our block streams in the corner. It's this guy again. We've fought him quite a few times in the past, I think. Good jump. I already inputted dash at that point. Miss again. Those are such bizarre jabs on Hanji's part. Well, that's just going to lose to a 6p. So maybe be a bit less predictable with our jump approaches. Kai does have one of the best 6Ps in the game. Somehow he was behind us. I saw the burst start. So the jumping's working really well for him. We need to focus on getting our Nagiha delayed at just the right time for us to be able to get him out of the jump. A very weird case of blue RC there. Should have danced a little bit longer, I suppose. Alright, once again, Kai is dominating us in the neutral. He's not using his reversals, so I suppose we can just go for any Okizeme we want. That's minus. I shouldn't be trying to do that. Alright, time to be much more patient. Why is it that only Kais know how to do that? Well, we got his burst. A little silly that that still dodged. We should have enough time to dance through that. Or not. We're definitely not plus enough for it. It's funny just how good the throws are in this game. The jabs can't contest them. And we're still not getting him to prevent his jump. Burst safe. Of course. Oh, there was nothing we could have done there then.
That was a fine bout.
Nothing can be done without hope. Why do they put so much detail into the things that you find inscribed on them? I suppose that's just Daisuke's character design. He loves his belts and his very small things written on people's clothes.
Apologies. An opening.
Get grabbed.
Behold my true strength. How's this?
Kai players are something else. You saw he was just dancing at that distance. Well, there's not really anything we could have done to attack him.
Pardon me. Clumsy of me.
I'm gonna eat all of those throws every single time, aren't I?
Try this.
Alright, so I guess he's autopiloting as well. There's the burst. And we're gonna eat the entire combo from here. And now we might be able to get a little bit of our momentum back. Interesting. And a jump cancel to block the burst. Alright. Guys are built differently.
Looks like I win this time.
I wonder how that matchup is supposed to be versus Anji. They're both very balanced characters. But I think Kai pretty much always has the way to control the momentum of the match, given that he can stand at a distance and throw fireballs. But your approach is going to be stuffed by Kai's superior neutral. I've considered playing Kai a few times here and there. A bit less of a chaotic character as some of the other ones might be. Aha! We haven't seen too many Gold Lewises. This will be a very unusual match for us. But both of us being low-tier boys should make for an even and interesting match. I like your choice of color. Butterfly? So, from playing both of these characters frequently enough, we should know their strengths and weaknesses. And wow, we haven't gotten through much of his health at all. That entire combo only did about 30%. Have a throw. Seeing him holding the FD right there. That's just making me sad, because I've been there. You've seen me be there. It's an experience we understand.
Take a breather. All yours. Not quite. Step on my feet.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take a breather.
Not much barking to be done here.
Take a breather.
I kind of want to do a Gold Lewis mirror against him, but there's not really a good way to find someone after you fought them.
My dance is unparalleled.
Aw. It pains me to see it.
Take a breather. Now go.
The rating systems in this game are still pretty arcane. I have no idea if you go down a floor just from straight up wins or losses, or if it measures how quickly and by how far you've lost. Alright. So, another thing we can start trying to do is a 50-50 low-high here. With close slash and then do 5D, either immediately, or do a delayed 2D. And that should be able to catch someone who's trying to block high every single time. This is a different May, I swear. What is this theme? I've still never heard this one. Sounds like it could have been a May theme from a very old game, but it's not from XX. Butterfly? A little too slow. And goodbye. We actually got the fast RC there. Not quite. Have a throw. Or not. Good block. Get a few hits, get a spin, and toss you right out of the arena here. Alright, so far she's not using Totsugeki all the time. This is a frame trap. Just throw out a super. She's blocking. Or not. Well, that'll work. She can't burst out of that.
I'll dance with you anytime.
That's another thing. Most of Anji's setups just try to get him to RC, and then go for a corner carry into a wall break. I wonder if there's something we're overlooking where there's actually a very good opportunity to use the super for damage, as opposed to RCing for corner carry. I love your choice in music, at least. Alright. I think she's getting the gist of it. More throws. $6p, and a good one at that. Throw out another butterfly, but that's way too close, so that one's not going to work. Ah! So close. Get that started, and get the wall break. Do another twirl and get dolphined. Because Totsugeki hits us faster. Ah, I thought she was immediately going to attack. That's just going to hit us with the burst. Or the burst bait. Good. Tech. Have a throw. Welcome to the blender. Yep, she really doesn't want to deal with that. I couldn't even RC that. Well, good throw. Seems a lot of them just jump, so I'll need to start doing an attack that will hit them during the beginning of their jump squat, at least after a Roman cancel lands. Noted. Start jumping a lot more. Characters seem to have different jump heights in this game, so it might not be the best idea for Anji. Especially seeing how low to the ground Gold Lewis jumps. Alright, we're gonna have to condition you to stay on the ground. Hell of a grab and whiff. Get out of butterfly. Aha, got him out of the backdash. Throw, butterfly. And that still gets us hit, even if we try to dance out of that. Oh, is it over already? I was hoping it would be a bit longer. I didn't even see me lose that first round. Ah. You know what? Let's go with an honorary Gold Lewis match. We're approaching our 2-hour mark. I need to get started on other things. A lot of busy work to be doing off stream. But I hope you'll join me this next coming week. Looking forward to more Noida and Ice. I keep hinting at it, so why don't I go ahead? Let's start Dead Cells this week as well. More gear on the weekend. Maybe some Oblivion. We'll play by ear. Still no strict schedules just yet. Alright, Chip it is. Take a moment to think. And we are ready to go. One with a lot of rollback to deal with. That's just a weird choice of burst there. Ah, there's the command grab. I suppose that's one way to open us up. He's impossible to track. You see him teleporting all over the place. It's very disruptive. Okay, yeah. He's also running Windows 98. get that burst out. So he's jumping a lot after that. Ah, please. And get this started. And no opportunity to burst out of that one. I don't think I have the energy to keep it up after that one. A shame. I don't know what sort of internet or computer he was running, but we're not going to dwell on that. I don't know how many streams we're going to do this week, but I am very excited, and I'd like to try to do as many as I can. Still no solid schedules just yet, so look forward maybe to definitely one tomorrow, but possibly I'm going to shoot for every day of the week except for Wednesday. Expect Dead Cells, more Noida, probably an Oblivion stream, and maybe a return to Guilty Gear during the week. Depends on how well I sleep, so we have a bit of variety ahead of us. I'll be talking to a lot more people, and I have been reaching out to other VTuber communities, so there might be a few collabs on our way as well. I hope to see you soon. Class is dismissed. Good night.